welcome to Monday morning. We're now on I-70 westbound. We're in Pennsylvania. Now that the sun's come up just a little bit, you kind of can see my surroundings. I bumped my cruise back down to 55, but because we keep getting the flashing lights with the squiggly lines. I mean, every road around here is a freaking mountain road. You're just twisting and turning and twisting and turning, just back and forth, kind of constantly. The speed limit is 70, but the speed limit for trucks is 55, I guess because a lot of these turns are excuse me, potentially some rollover areas. So they just don't want you to come flying down through there at 70 if your truck has the ability to go that fast. I've got my cruise set on 55, and my truck's going 66. So as you can see, a lot of the signs here are basically for trucks. That 55 mile per hour sign we just saw was for trucks. That's for trucks. So it's just kind of a public service announcement as well too. Sometimes when you guys are on these roads with trucks and you see, the semis, they're doing something different than what you think they should be doing or what you would like for them to be doing, or they're in your way or whatever, it's because we've been given a different set of instructions on that road than what you have been as a car, as a vehicle. Now there was a whole pull-off area, and you bypassed the pull-off area and then pulled on the shoulder. You could have backed up into that pull-off area, dude. It's a dangerous spot to freaking be in. I don't know. So, yeah, as you can see, all these yellow signs on the side of the road are for trucks. Not any more squiggly lines. There's been flashing lights all morning on those signs. Like I said, in the dark, you really can't anticipate what's coming up ahead of you too far. Even with it being light outside now, it's hard to see around some of those curves and downhills and corners. So you just kind of got to back off of the speed and just really go by what the signage says, because it's there for a reason. Now, it didn't mean you have to be scared going down through here, but those signs they're put there for a reason, because you don't know what's up ahead. Like, I don't know if you guys can see up here, like, you can't see around that curve there. So it's just always better to err on the side of caution. Cars traveling behind you, and see there, you guys see those skid marks that were just right there on that curve. Yeah. I'm going to bump up my speed now that we're on this straightaway here. Unless I saw Big G Express rocking down on me. Get over so he can get out of that passing lane. How you drive in tandem with the truck. You don't want to leave him blocked over there in that passing lane. And that's how, as truckers, we wish you guys as cars would learn how to drive, But four-wheelers don't think like that, you know what I mean? They just get in the lane and hold it. They hold that lane to the bitter end, man. It's like they do not budge. I don't know if it's just out of arrogance or ignorance or fear or what. of trucks just have to bounce over there real quick. It's ridiculous. Wow. I saw him move really quick, so I knew there was something up there that, anyways, I was coming through a state, the end of the week last week, and they actually had it on their overhead deal, and I wish I could have gotten a picture of it, but I didn't have any storage left, and their sign said, if you're not passing, stay to the right. And then underneath that it said, it's the law. Explanation point, explanation point, explanation point. So all of you good Samaritans, Johnny do-gooders out there that think, you know, when you're in the middle lane and you're like holding everybody else hostage on the highway to drive the speed limit, and you've got people passing you on the left and on the right, just understand you are actually breaking the law when you're doing that. You are breaking the law. So, you know, you think you're being a law-abiding, good, upstanding citizen, and you get in that middle lane and drive, you know, 55 miles an hour and make people have to go around you on the right to pass. You're actually breaking the law, good Samaritan. You know, while you're holding everybody hostage. It's impeding traffic. It's dangerous. That's why there's a law against it. Because you're literally impeding traffic. And just like in my last video, it's dangerous to pass not just semi-trucks, but any vehicle on the right, for many different reasons. It's just a dangerous thing to do. And so that's why they say if you're slower traffic, stay over to the right, because the left-hand side is for passing. I mean, I really wish I could have taken a picture of that sign that said, if you're not passing, stay to the right. It's the law. I mean, and there's signs that say slower traffic, stay to the right in every single state. They're right there. Keep right, except to pass. Those are there for a reason, people. They're for a reason. And not just when it's just two lanes like this. That's in the cities. So here's another one of our flashing, squiggly line signs. Oh man, fucking concrete truck, gravel truck just got in front of me. Seems like a sand truck. So I just got sand blown all on me. So it looks like we're going to be back and forth, twisting and turning for the next, I think that said, I didn't see what it said, so I ain't gonna lie. Probably 5 miles or so. So yeah, it's just been back and forth out here in Pennsylvania. Next 4 miles. Downhill for the next 4 miles. Who knows how long the squiggly line's probably until we get to Ohio, pretty much. So yeah, we're heading to Ohio to pick up the load and then coming right back this way to drop it off in New Jersey. So they got me doing a little bit of backtracking today. I was actually, where I started at this morning, I was only 200 miles literally from where my delivery actually is. But I have to go 200 miles in the opposite direction first. And then that makes from where I pick up the load to where I drop it off a little over 400 miles. So total is 600 miles, a little short run. It's due tomorrow at noon. It's not due to be picked up today until noon, but I decided to just leave early just because I was tired of sitting in that same place. Had an opportunity to sit still yesterday on Sunday. Usually if you don't have a load, the weekend dispatching sucks. If you don't get a load on Friday that keeps you moving through the weekend, and you deliver, like I delivered on the weekend, and I kind of automatically knew once I delivered that load I'd be sitting until Monday. Just kind of how it goes. When I was running flatbed, we actually had weekends off because flatbed places they're just not open on the weekends. And that's, you know, most places, unless you're going to like a distribution center that's open 24 hours, like that, like a big major place like a Walmart distribution center, or a Kimberly-Clark, or some major paper plant or something like that, you could bet your bottom dollar that they're not open on the weekends, or at least their shipping and receiving department is not open on the weekends, because you got to understand they have to employ people there to unload the trucks, and most of those warehouses employ the warehouse workers are like regular, I call it regular people jobs, that they work Monday through Friday and they're off on the weekends, and I never really understood that, because it's like the truck drivers are the only people in this trucking industry that are expected to work 7 days a week. Like, even our fleet managers, the load planners, everybody else is off on the weekends. You know what I'm saying? The warehouses are closed on the weekends, everything. But the drivers, we work 7-day work weeks, man. We work 24/7, 365, literally 24/7, 365. I mean, that's what it is. And no one else in the trucking industry works that. Not the places that we pick up or deliver to, not the people that plan our loads, not the only other people that work the same schedule as us are mobile mechanics, diesel mechanics, road service. And that's because, we're out here, so, you can't have a breakdown Saturday morning and have to wait until Monday morning for, a shop to open to fix your truck. Now, a lot of shops are closed on the weekends, but you can always find someplace, a mobile mechanic or roadside service. Those roadside service guys, man, I got mad respect for them. They're actually the ones that really keep America moving, because they're the ones that keep the trucks moving. If it weren't for them, a lot of shit, when we break down, because when you're out here on the road, it's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. You're going to have a breakdown, you're going to have a blowout, you're going to be on the side of the road at some point in time. It's a probability thing, man. You can't be out here for, thousands of miles each week and, not expect, just normal wear and tear, or, just even, some type of mechanical failure, or, something's going to happen that's, outside of your control, that, really has nothing to do with anything that you did wrong. So, we have to have guys that work the same schedule as us to to keep us moving, especially if you have some type of mechanical failure where your truck won't start, because then you're stuck in your vehicle with no type of climate control, especially if it's the dead of summer or the middle of winter. You can't lead people in these trucks with no power, because the power, our truck coming on is actually what runs everything, kind of like an RV. Well, it is a lot like an RV. My truck right now actually has a shore power outlet on it, where you can plug it in like an RV. But yeah, I mean, you've got to have battery power in order for your air conditioning or your heat to work. Lights are not as much of a necessity, because if you're a truck driver worth, a grain of salt, then you should have flashlights and headlights in your truck anyway. The ability to see outside when it's dark, and to be able to see under your hood, under your trailer, and all that kind of stuff when it's dark outside. So you should have your own lights, or the ability to have lights on your own anyway, but you got to have climate control. You got to have power, because you've got to be able to power up the plugs inside of your truck to charge your phone. I mean, that's your lifeline. service on it. I've got to get that taken care of. I had some downtime or some time off the road this summer where I let some of my kind of extrapolous bills kind of go unpaid while I took care of the more important things. But now that I'm back out on the road, I definitely need to get that caught back up and taken care of, because that's also my internet service. Right now I don't have internet service hotspot on my truck, and it's driving me crazy, and it's really not safe as well, being a mountain area where you don't get cell reception. And what do you do then? On our cell phones, when you don't have cell reception, you can make an emergency call, but you don't want to call 911 when you're in your semi truck because you need roadside assistance. That's not what that's for. So but we have to have internet service to be able to do our job out here, to be able to communicate back and forth with our company and the shippers and receivers and yada yada yada. So sorry guys, I've just been driving and like rambling like really badly. So sorry. I've just been running my mouth. Like I said, I was no fossil fuel, no electricity. Wake up America. Are you serious? Who believes that? Yes, there's electricity without fossil fuel. It's called solar. Jesus. The sun is all the fuel that we need. That was some huge propaganda right there. No fossil fuel, no electricity. Wake up, America. Like, really? Do people really believe that? The sun can power every single thing that we need to power on this planet. If they invested in solar. Like, seriously, the sun can power everything. We don't need fossil fuels to power. I mean, wow. Alright, I gotta get over. I can't even believe that people are allowed to, like, post such blatant lies like that. I mean, seriously. Blatant lies. That's just like a blatant piece of propaganda. Wow. So let's just keep digging into the earth and raping it of all of its natural resources so that we can have electricity, when, like I said, the truth of the matter is that fossil fuels and powering things off of fossil fuels is so archaic and so outdated. Now, I'm saying this as I'm driving an 18-wheeler, the diesel-powered, vehicle. Yeah. But, come on, man. I tried to get over so you could pass. Before I get on a whole environmental soapbox here, I'll try to tap back in when there's some really beautiful scenery for you guys today, which I'm sure will most likely be heading back in the direction of eastbound. Right now I'm westbound, heading towards Ohio. See, there's the exit for Interstate 76 west to Pittsburgh, Cleveland. Actually, I think I'm going that direction. Anyway, I got to get to I-80. That's where I'm trying to get to, is I-80. So let me go ahead and tap out and get on my GPS, guys. Thanks for watching.